What's up, guys? And so, as we're heading towards the end of 2023, and even though that they should start out good for film, and even with the summer movie season, and it was good too. But now, as we're heading towards the end of the year, and it was so many good movies that also coming out that we should be looking forward to. But between now until the end of the year as well, and so that also the video for guys in this video is breaking down my top 10 most anticipated movies from now until the rest of the year, and even for what we're in store for, even with these films that are coming out as well. And so if you're new here, hey, don't like I just be sure to subscribe and click the bell so I'll video videos of this. And so let's get into it. And now, coming at lastly at number 10 is The Exorcist Believer. This is the Exorcist reboot from Blumhouse, and even with the marketing, even with the trailers and everything that we've gotten so far with its own, it looks sort of good, but at the same time, it looks kind of weak because this is something that we've seen before, especially as we see other stuff from the Exorcist film. But even with the reboot coming from Blumhouse, and even trying to reboot this franchise with the Exorcist, and even with the original Exorcist, which is totally the best, and even with this reboot that looks sort of good, even try to do something new to adapt to it, but at the same time it looks kind of weak. And next at number 9 is The Iron Claw. Now this is the new film from A24, and even with A24 in their track record, they're known for making a low budget films that are money makers at the box office, especially with the recent one Talk to Me, and that was a big success. Plus I love that film, and even with a film like The Iron Claw, that's an awesome cast with Zac Efron and Jeremy Allen White from The Bear, and even with the exact premise of this film is even with his family, and even with the theme of this movie is especially involving wrestling, and even with this being a sports movie from A24, and that is coming out towards the end of the year. It kind of looks fascinating to me, and I can't see for what's in store for this new sports movie from A24. And next at number 8 is The Creator, and now this is the film dealing with AI, and even with the world that this movie is structured in, and even with this movie that is taking place far beyond in the future with John David Washington, as we saw from Tenet, and it was him and all of his stuff, and even taking care of a robot child with AI, and this is directed by the director who directed Rogue One, which I found to be the best Star Wars film, and I'm pretty interested to see for what's in store, even with this new film that is possibly going to be dealing with AI. And next, and number 7 is the Nun 2 now, especially with this being the newest entry in the Conjuring universe, and even with the bringing out the Demon Nun who we were introduced to back in the Conjuring 2, and even continuing with that, especially with the Nun, and that everyone was clearly not a fan of it, because even with the Nun, that Demon Nun itself, it kind of took away from all that scariness, but I found the movie to be alright, but even so with the Nun 2, with the marketing, and even with the trailer alone, it looks so scary, especially with it being upon a demon horror, and especially as it's going to be filled with jump scares and so much more. In fact, with Tessia for Mika, who's returning in the second Nun film, especially as we have a Storm Reed in this role as well. But yeah, I'm very excited to see for what's in store for the next entry in the Conjuring films, and I'm pretty excited for it. And next, at number 6 is Saw X, and now even with this being aka Saw 10, and this is bringing back Tobin Bell's John Kramer, aka Jigsaw, and even as we look at this franchise as a whole, I love the earlier films, but even with the rest of the franchise, that's sort of not good. But even with Saw X, and this is going to be a prequel that's going to be taking place in between the first 2 Saw movies, and even based on this trailer, it looks totally sick. And even with the traps and with the twists and turns that a Jigsaw usually pulls off in this franchise, it's so sort of be gory and bloody as well. And plus, and the fact that they're bringing back Amanda from this franchise, but even so, I just love Tobin Bell's performance and the way that he portrays Jigsaw, and even with this franchise as a whole, which people love. But I'm excited to see what's in store for the next entry in the Saw franchise. And next, at number 5 is Five Nights at Freddy's, and now this is the new film from Blumhouse, and fans have been asking for this movie for years, ever since it got announced back in 2015, and now Blumhouse is actually going to be making a movie about the Five Nights at Freddy's game, especially with the animatronics, with Freddy Fazbear, and so much more. And the fact that this is starring Josh Hutcherson and Matthew Lillard of Scream fame, and just with the movie itself, it's going to be a really good, and the fact that they're going to be adapting the lore and everything from the games, and even with its rumored runtime that it's going to be so long, but I guess we'll just wait and see for when the movie actually comes out, and the fact that it is coming out at the end of October 27th, which means I think people will definitely be going out to theaters to watch this, especially on a Halloween night, of course, but even so, I'm really looking forward for the story, especially being based upon a video game horror franchise. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. And next, at number 4 is Killers of the Flower Moon, and now this is the new film from Martin Scorsese. And even with this man as a filmmaker, I mean, he's made masterpieces, and even with the films that sort of kind of lighthearted, but then even towards in the middle of the films that have those tense-filled scenes and a brilliant suspenseful score. But even with the film like Killers of the Flower Moon, that is based on a real life true story that happened in the 1900s, and even with some murders that happened, and I mean, so I think that it's already looks like a masterpiece, especially with Leonardo DiCaprio and Lily Gladstone, and just with the trailer overall, it completely sold me, and the fact that this is going to be a thriller movie, and the fact that people are going to watch this day one in the cinema, which I'm definitely going to of course. But even with this film, which I'm definitely hyped for, and I trust in Martin Scorsese, because even though with its film, it's already going to be a masterpiece. And next up at number 3 is The Marvels, and now this is going to be a team-up film with Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and now Photon in the MCU, and even with all these three heroes teaming up together, and even with the basic plot of this film, it was with them swapping places whenever they use their powers, and just even with the film itself, it looks to be a pretty solid team-up film. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a jaw-dropping. I mean, this is the sequel for Captain Marvel 2, and even with the stories behind, especially behind Kamala Khan, Mark Rambo, and Carol Danvers, and they'll follow up even to this film, and even I think this the follow up to a Secret Invasion, but we're not sure. But even with the main villain, especially involving the Kree, and with Kamala's Bangle, and this film, I'm just really looking forward to, in the fact that it comes out in the fall, and even I'm looking forward to this, especially with it coming from Marvel Studios. And next up at number 2 is The Hunger Games: The Battle of Songbirds and Snakes. And now this is the prequel that I said way before the events happened in the Hunger Games franchise, with Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss Everdeen. But even with this being sort of as a prequel, with Rachel Zegler as the main lead, as Lucy Gray, and even with the film itself, that totally looks to be amazing. And the fact that we're gonna have Peter Dinklage in this film, and even with just the film itself, plus I love the Hunger Games franchise, and even with that franchise as a whole, and the fact that this is going to be sort of as a prequel before all those films, it looks to be totally awesome. And the fact that I'm just really looking forward to this prequel, and even as I love the Hunger Games. But lastly, coming in at number 1 and my most anticipated is Wonka. And now this is going to be the origin story of William Wonka, played by Timothy Chalamet. And even with this film, it looks to be a feel-good movie. And the fact, I think Timothy Chalamet is definitely going to slay in this film. And even with the trailer, and even it's definitely going to have some memes by the time this movie comes out. And the fact that it's comes at the end of the year, give me that whole holiday season movie treatment, and the fact that people are definitely gonna go and see it, especially for Timothy Chalamet, of course, and even it's got Olivia Colman, and even with the entire film that's based on chocolate, and just with this prequel alone, I'm pretty excited to see for what's in store for Wonka, and so much more. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Wonka. And yeah, so this is my list of all the films I'm looking forward to now towards the end of the year. And even with the 2023, as to start off with some good movies, and even though with some stingers, of course, especially with the summer movie season. But now heading towards the end of the year, where we got some great films online, and even so with that have like great box office potential, and even like towards like the next year, 2024, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have great ones. But even as we're heading towards the end of this year, I'm pretty sure we're got some great ones and so on and so forth as well. And so that is gonna be a reveal. Let me know your guys' thoughts and it comes below. Know what your thoughts and what are you most looking forward to towards the end of 2023. Let me know in the comments below. You give this video a like and subscribe and turn on notifications about future videos, and also follow my social media linked down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.